special guest in the building. I'm excited about this, man. This boy dropping gems before the interview gets started. So welcome, clap it in to Maven Gray, y'all.
Maven Gray, boy. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Man, this dude right here, man. I just met this guy. This is what we 5 minutes in before we start recording. This dude dropping gems. I'm like, man. Hey, man.
It's for the show.
I mean, it's just in me, man.
That's good, man.
Gift, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just something that I've always had. I've always had that gift.
Yeah.
Just to be able to, I don't know, man, just to take stuff and digest it and then give it back where it's digestible to others. That's just a gift. I'm gonna say it like this. I think that's my most natural gift.
Yeah.
Even music, I think music was something that was just, I could express myself with, but speaking, motivational speaking, inspiring speaking, or whatever, however you want to call it, that was just that natural gift. I mean, at a kid, my biological father died when I was 4 years old.
Wow.
And so my mom, she took me to counseling, you know what I'm saying, over, a course of like 3 or 4 years. And all of them came back with the same prognosis. It was like, look, for some weird reason, he knows and understands what's happening. He understands that his dad is gone. He understands this. But he's the most intellectual child I've ever met in my life. He literally was counseling me. Mm-hmm. This is, like I said, this is between 4 and 7.
Yeah, I remember that story. I remember when you said that.
Wow.
So, yeah. So it's always been that way. Like, even, I'm just being real. Even the people that was around me, man, they was around me because I think at some point they were looking for guidance. And they just, everybody, I was like the center of the circle, if you could say that. It was like everybody knew each other from me. I was the person that was saying, hey, man, let's have a boys' night. You know what I'm saying? The boys' night for me with drinking and going clubbing, it was like, hey, man, y'all come to the house. I'm going to cook some food. We going to chill, you know what I'm saying? Sup with each other, you know what I'm saying? Joke around, you know what I'm saying? Like, take that pressure off of men having to do certain things like I got to go to the strip club. I wasn't like that. No. I still don't believe it. Like, for me, I know I'm probably, and I hope I don't eat my words, but if I go to a strip club, it's going to be for business. I don't believe in paying for blue balls. I'm just being real with it.
As you should.
You go. I think. You know what I'm saying? You go in the strip club, you see a woman that's attractive. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to sleep with her. You know what I'm saying? But she might want to or whatever, but you're paying for it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, all of the whole dynamic of it is, I never understood it. Right. Now I can understand if you got a song and you're an artist, that's your, that might be a way to get your music heard. But
now speaking about your music, me and Will, first of all, our backstory, we grew up together. This is like my brother. Huh?
You calling about my government name?
Oh my God, Maven.
Maven. You heard that right the whole time.
I am. It's not even haven't even started good enough yet. Okay, Maven. Maven. Me and Maven, we grew up together. It's like my brother. Ain't like my brother. This is my brother. But I never asked you, how did you get into music? Because I do remember that MySpace beat that you did off of 3 6 Mafia. Back in the day, you could put music. Yeah, you could put music on MySpace. He did off of 3 6 Mafia beat. He put it on MySpace, and even then, he had got views. And I wish that I could find it.
And YouTube is up now, but it's for independent artists now. They totally revamped it and stuff. Heck, I tried to find it, but I couldn't.
It's out there in the cloud somewhere.
So, but to answer your question, I always could sing. I couldn't say I could rap, but I always could, I had a little me on me, what I'm saying? And so when we was, it wasn't until I was I was always that kid that always beat on the tables and, all of that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. I always had something in my head. But when I was in high school, I went to Humble High, and actually one of y'all stars y'all had on here, Kibo. was actually at the time he was doing mixtapes and stuff in high school, and somehow, some way, well, I won't say somehow, some way, he found out that I could sing. But I know how he found out because one day I was in class and I was, man, you know, class is just kind of like boring or whatever, and I just started kind of like singing. This girl heard me sing. Then all of a sudden, word started getting around the school. Hey, everybody called me Big Will in school. Man, Big Will could sing such and such and such. So word got around to Kibo, evidently, and he was like, hey, bro, you know, I do mixtapes and stuff like that. Would you like to get on the song? And I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's how that pretty much happened. Did the song got so much recognition. Shout out to Kibo, appreciate you. And that kind of just started me with the passion, you know what I'm saying? Like that I actually could do it, you know what I'm saying? And I've just been doing it ever since. So yeah, so that's the answer.
Man, it seemed like that school y'all went to, man, there was a lot of talent came up out of there.
It was, bro. It was. When we look back at it, and that's just two that that I could tell you, but it was, bro.
I look at Kibo and Maven and
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that now are doing a lot of things, but you know, it's weird because all of us are doing it in our 30s.
In our 30s.
I don't know nobody that came straight out of high school and was like, man, I'm on it. It's like, you know, it was like all of us had to take that time to find ourselves. Even Victor Fields, the owner of Chicken Heads. Shout out to Vic. He owns Chicken Heads in Porter, man, and dude makes like I forgot what it's called, like halal chicken, but it's like Kansas City kind of chicken. I don't know how to explain it, but it's off the chain. Y'all need to go try it. It's in Porter. Y'all just look up Chicken Head.
I keep hearing about it. I gotta make it.
I know. I'll be seeing.
And it's blown up, and it's been open for a little bit now, but since it's been in Porter, man, it's been crazy. I've done videos for him because I'm also a videographer. And I learned that craft from shooting my own videos. I got tired of paying people to, you know, and I'm like, dude, the turnaround, you know, it's like, man, the turnaround be like, you know, 2 months and 3 months. And I'm like, dude, why can't I do it myself? So,
Chris E10, Chris, he came from Farmwood. Yeah, Chris, Dogface Clothing Line. He went to Farmwood too.
Wasn't it 4 of us? It was me, Chris E10, and what's his name?
Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony. There you go. Anthony Dennis,
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it's crazy, man. But
I'm about to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
But tell me about, so like I said, I was jamming your music throughout this weekend, and especially last night, trying to get ready for the show, man. And so I was like, man, this dude, like, just jamming. And then I came across the Dragon Ball Z one.
Okay.
And so like I'm looking at the graphics and the how everything goes. I'm like, man, this dude, like, this dope. I'm like, I never heard anybody freestyle or rap about anything Dragon Ball Z up until then. And it was just dope. I'm like, man, I feel like I'm going back to my old teenage days. Like I had hair. Like I'm about to turn to Super Saiyan right now, bro. Like I'm about to get an old beard or something like that, man. So that was dope, man. So did you always have, like, you know, love for anime?
Oh yeah, but weirdly enough, I didn't have love for Dragon Ball Z. I didn't have love for Dragon Ball Z until I got older.
Gotcha.
And then actually, the artist that I actually did the song with, his name was Worthy Everett. He the one who kind of he was in my circle as well, friends, and he was the one who kind of put me on to Dragon Ball Z. And I was like, man, because when I watched Dragon Ball Z when I was younger, I thought it was the dumbest show. Because I'm like, why is this dude screaming for an entire 30 minutes? Okay? Like, that was my logic on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until when I got older and he kind of reintroduced me to it, it was like, okay, it's not bad. You know what I'm saying? Then I actually started to like it. Another comparison was MASH. Y'all gonna laugh at me now. Now I'm showing my age a little bit. I used to thought MASH was the dumbest show.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah, my stepdad.
It still is. It still is.
I watch Mash, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. I think it's one of those things that you don't get until you mature.
Right.
You know, because when you start to see that, you know, the whole dynamic of things change as your perception changes.
Yeah.
You know, so Mash, the same as Dragon Ball Z, you know, it started to resonate with me because then I started to learn about, you know, energy and chakras and all of that kind of stuff. You know, I stopped looking towards religion and I started looking towards spirituality. You know, and that's when my life, man, just changed, man. Like really. Yeah. So
that. What's that? You got that song with Trust Your Process, right?
Yeah, I just released that song, man. I was holding on to that song, man, probably about a good, man, honestly, about 2 years.
Yeah.
The guy who I did the song with, you know, was still growing.
Yeah.
And I was at that place where I had already built myself to a point where I was able to create music and put it out. Because, man, just to get our little backstory, man, I used to be in a group called the Elite 2. And this was my old best friend. And I was in that group for like 10 to 12 years.
Yeah.
And in 12 years, we got out one mixtape, and one album, which was, it's called Vices. And I was kind of like on the verge of like kind of gospel, not gospel, because I was kind of raw for gospel. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. But I was trying to still meet that narrative of my family and what they found acceptable. You know what I'm saying? So I was on that line, you know what I'm saying? So when that stuff happened, I realized when me and the other guy, you know, that went south, it was like, man, all the equipment was his, you know, but all of the music, written music, lyrics was mine. So we talking about 200, 300 songs in, written. So I was like, man, I got a choice, you know, and it was actually my wife, shout out to my wife, that actually kind of put something in perspective from a question. She said, "Are you done?" And that probably was one of the most influential questions anybody had ever asked me.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, I can't give you an answer right now. I said, I need some time to let that marinate. Nice. And it was about a week. And I just thought about it. And I said, and I just came to it when I was ready, and I was like, I said, babe, I haven't even given my music a chance to be anything. I said, I had so much responsibility on other people that couldn't even see themselves past where they were. Right. I said, so I'm gonna have to do it now. You know, and so I did. I said, my goal was to make sure that I never needed anybody again. And I know that sounds selfish or whatever, but that was my goal. No. And within 8 months, I accomplished it.
Hey, that's what's up, man.
I learned how to produce. I learned how to engineer. I learned how to mix and master. I learned how to record myself. And that's just a technical part. That wasn't taking on the debt for the computer, taking on the debt for the program, taking on the debt for those things. You know, I had good credit at the time. I ain't gonna lie. I was able to go, you know, go to Guitar Center and apply for a card. And they're like, man, you got a $3,000 limit. I was like, all right, well, let's get it. So
it's funny how God does things, man, because he'll take you on. He let you go through certain stuff because he wants you to learn certain things in that moment. You know what I'm saying? And so in that process, that's also growth, right?
Yeah.
And so nobody sees your vision like you see your vision. Right. He gave to you. And so once you came out of that situation, you know, now you kind of learned a few things. Now you put that vision and you executing it, and man, big ups, man.
Yeah. And it's just been a journey ever since then. And that's why I can appreciate people that's doing like y'all, you know what I'm saying? I can appreciate what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? Because evidently y'all wouldn't be doing it if y'all wasn't passionate about it. You know, I know Mike too, you know what I'm saying? I know Mike the most personal, but I know him, you know what I'm saying? That's something that he's always had an interest in, something he's always wanted to do. And, you know, when you have people around you and they start doing those things, you know, that they're passionate about, and you start to see like, man, I'm on my journey, they on their journey, such and such is on their journey, so on and so forth. And it's like, man, I'm not the only one, and that's why I think, it's the battle is not with anybody else, it's with ourselves. Because once I started, I always had this leading question in my life. And the question was, I grew up very religious. So I grew up being a minister. My mom was a minister, quote unquote, prophet for God and all of that good stuff. So I grew up, like that, heavy in it. And I remember this prayer meeting I went to, and I was speaking. And this woman came to me, and she was crying and stuff like that. And she told me her story and everything. But I found her attractive. Now I'm keeping it 100 all the way.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
And I'm like this, right? So this was my first understanding of what true power was. Because here is this woman that's literally probably like very close to my dream woman looking.
Yeah.
And she's vulnerable in coming to me for answers. I could have told this woman not to eat something for a week and she would have done it. Mm-hmm. And I realized at that moment, I could sway what I was gonna say to try to holler at her in a certain way. Mm. See, and that was a wake-up call for me. And I said, man, this is power. And I said, I don't want that kind of power over people. Right. And after that, I stopped ministering. Man, I used to go and minister. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. I would go and minister with my mom, maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I'd make $300, $400.
Man.
$300 to $400.
Yeah, the Andrews house was nothing to play with.
Going now.
How many times did you? I'm sorry, my bad. I was about to say, how many times did you do that throughout the week? Like you say, you was just going to minister and you would make.
No. See, because my mom was a minister. See, this is the thing. Yeah. You got people that have a gift, and then you got people that has to act like they have the gift through knowledge. Mm. See, I didn't have to act. See, because even when I didn't understand a lot of things spiritually, man, that was things that I would tell people, and I had never seen it in the Bible. But they would come back and say, oh, this thing that you told me during the prayer meeting, that's in Isaiah 5, whatever. Yeah. It's like, okay. I was always tapped in on a different level spiritually than a lot of people around me, because I was there. I'm gonna be real with you. I was that kid in school that everybody thought was weird. Like, he's cool, but I can't hang with him because he too much on. I'm trying to go and party and get drunk. You know what I'm saying? And be promiscuous and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like,
I was the one that wanted to party and drunk. And
But I was like, hey, you do your thing, but see, the thing is, I realized too, that was very poignant in was that religion, and I'm saying it that way, religion teaches you to judge. They teach you to have an idealism of other people that is contradicting to what they teach it. Because I was Christian, I was Baptist, I was born Catholic. So I've been, a couple, and they all teach you the same thing. But the thing is that we all have our own creative gifts. We're our own entities. Now, I'm not gonna get too deep in how I believe, but it's not religion. Because the thing is that this all goes back to the leading question I've had in my life. Yeah. And that was, how come there's rich atheists, but there's poor Christians? And when I started to really search for that answer, man, that changed my life forever. And I've been on this journey for about 4 years. That's when my whole life changed.
So when you hit your 100 song, like that's like a big accomplishment, big accomplishment for you. And I remember, Maven, got it right this time. I remember when I talked to you, you was like, man, I get paid from my royalties, like my songs pay me. So like, speak on that, because for up and coming artists that's trying to get their music out and get paid off their royalties, because everyone well, in the South, they're starting to break that, and then the culture has started now in the rap game to where you don't need a big major label.
Mm-hmm.
You can go independent. So talk to us about about your training.
So I think that there's levels to everything. I'm gonna say it like this, like Tebow.
Mm-hmm.
Tebow is an inspiration to me because Tebow's catalog of music is, ridiculous.
Yeah.
But Tebow is making such, I would think, good amount of money from his gifts.
Right.
Okay. Dude is killing it on Fiverr. See, like, it's crazy because he messaged me the other day when I had posted about the 100 song, and he was like, man, that's inspiring. And I'm like, dude, you inspiring me. Because I'm like, dude, when I went to his Fiverr, dude, and Tebow has like probably, and I hope I'm not exaggerating, at least 10, 15 to 20 different gigs on Fiverr. And each one of these mugs has like 5,000 orders. Dude, and you looking at the prices of his service, dude is making bank. Okay? But he didn't start out that way.
Right.
We all have this starting point. So just like right now, I'm at 100 songs in, and this is just my starting point. Yeah. Some people, it might be 5 songs, but to me, I'm like, dude, I was that person, like I told y'all, I had 300 and something songs with the other guy. The majority of the tracks was his. So guess what I started to do? I said, man, I'm not gonna pay him for work that he didn't do. So I said, I can produce now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start taking all these songs that I wrote, and I'm gonna start producing them myself. So I'm getting 100% of everything.
Right.
See, people have this concept of, like, I don't know if y'all seen that movie about McDonald's, about
Michael Keaton.
Yeah. See, like, so, like, at the end of the movie, like, spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, basically the people who originally started McDonald's got screwed. Real talk. They got, excuse my French, they got fucked. But you have this concept of people that will look at it only one way. They will look at it as, oh, well, he screwed them over such and such and such, right? But what it truly is the people that are still in victimhood will look at it that way. Because I believe you can only be 2 things in life. You can either be a creator or a victim, but you cannot be both.
Come on, man.
Because if you're a creator, that means that the circumstances that you are going through, the things you are loving to experience and the thing that you don't love to experience, is you creating it. See, when you look at life that way, you start to see that, okay, this person couldn't have screwed me if I knew how to protect myself. These are 2 people that had a great idea but didn't want to learn the business. This is the same thing in music. I got 100 songs out right now, right? So I don't even have to drop no more music. Like, I'm just being honest. I do not have to drop no music. I could take one song, and just keep on marketing it until it blows.
Well, give me y'all free game out there, man.
Once that happens, every single thing that I've done is gonna start paying me money. See, I read this book. Matter of fact, I'm reading it again by Russ. It's called Get Out of Your Head. And if you're an artist, man, you gotta check that book out. It's awesome. But to go back real quick to that story, I look at that story both ways. I feel like if they didn't know enough about the business, they shouldn't have put themselves in a position to get used or to get taken advantage of.
You're talking about the artists. You're talking about the artists. Okay.
Well, I'm talking about both because it's both. Those people who created McDonald's or the system of McDonald's had a vision.
Okay.
But they didn't want to learn the business.
Gotcha.
Music is the same exact thing, bro. You have this creative part of music, but then you have this whole business part. It's called music business for a reason.
Yeah.
So before I got somebody that come and say, hey, man, I want to sign you to my label, which I have had offers. I'm like, dude, what are you going to offer me that I can't offer myself?
Right.
I produce, I songwrite, I engineer, I do my own artwork, I shoot my own videos. I from this room right here, from what y'all see behind me, I go from start to finish.
You're a man of many talents, bro, and that's dope, man.
That's truly a like what you just said. I always tell people in the creative spaces, be a student of your art. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from top to bottom.
Dropping some gems, bro. We're gonna just a little bit more. We're gonna get you out of here, man. I know you busy, man. But yeah, man, you dropping some gems, and I'm looking forward to go back and watch this because I'm just over here like mentally taking it in, and I'm like, same time trying to like wait, hold on. But yeah, man, that's dope, man. So, but my last question for you is how do you hope that your music, what do you hope that your music does with the audience that listens to you? Hope it inspire people, or how do you feel what your music could do for people that tune in and listen to you, man? Because you got some good shit, man. Like no lie, bro.
What I would like my music to do is to paint a real picture to people that we're not one-dimensional.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was raised in the hood. Fontaine is a hood. Okay? Yeah. Dude, real talk, drug dealers, dudes getting killed, all of that. But I never saw myself as that kind of person. Even though my own stepfather was a drug dealer. I'm just gonna keep it 100. And he was Nigerian. Dude was big in the game. I didn't saw this dude come in with drugs duct taped around his body. Okay? Yeah, this is before, this is back in the day. But I done seen all that stuff, man. Yeah. And I could have been just like that. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that there was always something that was in me that was like, dude, I don't want to live that way. Because it's just weird. I saw it all the time. I would come back from school, man, this dude cooking crack in the kitchen. I'm keeping it 100, using the triple beam balance and everything. Yeah. But I don't express that. I've expressed it in my music maybe twice. Because I think I don't want to glorify that. What I want to glorify is us being creators. Because I believe that we all are. All of us are creators. I believe we were created by the creator of all creators to creation. Being an Uber driver for 2.5 years until I had my 2 seizures that made me stop. Man, I picked up wealthy people, bro. Like wealthy. I'm talking about I didn't pick up somebody where there was a gated community where that's 2 guards in the front with ARs. Okay, they ain't playing. We talking about money. Yeah. And this person, I'm picking up this person because they want to make sure that they get picked up in a nice car. You know what I'm saying? I got a Kia Optima, man. But it's an EX, so they like, man, I got the little air conditioning in the back and the plug. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I done had conversations with people from all walks of life. When I say all, I'm talking about from people that was clearly on drugs. I'm just being real. Picking them up at 3 o'clock in the morning, Ubering, to somebody when I picked up this lady, man, there's a Lamborghini Aventador, a Rolls Royce, and a Bentley in the front. And I have a conversation with this lady. She paying me $100. $100. That's just my cut from Uber. They take a good portion. Yeah. Take her to Bush and have a conversation with this lady, and this lady is unhappy. Have a conversation with the person that's on drugs. Clearly, they unhappy. I realized through all of these rides that I did, it was over 5,000 rides. Over 5,000 rides, because I did Uber and Lyft. Yeah. The correlation that I realized with people is that people are unhappy because they are not doing one thing. Y'all can guess what that is?
What they want to do.
What they want to create.
Man, it's crazy you mentioned that because we had a conversation about that earlier today. Just as far as just working at our jobs and just doing what we want to do. As far as are we happy with our jobs, and so it's funny how it always amazes me how things kind of come back around in conversation like that, man. That's crazy.
But I will say this: when I came back from Miami. I was supposed to go to a video shoot that you did on the rooftop. And that Sunday.
I think that was Super Saiyan.
Yeah. And had to go to work. And I remember I was in working or whatever, and I looked at my Instagram and I saw just the story, and I'm like, I'm gonna call you by your government name. Look at Will, man. Like, bro, like if nobody don't know your story, I know your story. Because I seen it up and close. And it's like, wow, man. I remember when guy was this and that and the third. And it didn't turn into like, you got some people that be jealous. Then you got some people that embraces that. Like, that's my son walking across the stage. That's how I felt. And but it wasn't like demeaning him as my son, but it was like, I'm so proud. Like I'm proud because I remember where this all started from. You see what I'm saying? So from
you seen a full picture.
I seen the full picture. Seen the full picture. I remember when in high school, and this is not to down my brother. I love my brother dearly, but it's just to show you where we all came from. I remember I used to have all these shoes in my closet. And I remember I told my mom, I say, man, I'm gonna give Will some of these shoes. You remember that? I said, man, that's my boy, man. I said, I'm gonna give Will some of these shoes. Because my mama would keep me with shoes, but they wouldn't be like no Jordans or nothing like that. But they were shoes nonetheless. And I was like, man, I gotta give these to my brother. I gotta give these to him and give these to him and give these to him. And it was because I wanted him to share the same that I got. So that's how close we were. So when I saw that, I think that was the start with me with acting. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. Because if Will can come from where he came from, man, I know it's possible. It's very much possible.
You know what's crazy? Since not knowing that story now, you're actually the reason now. That story is probably what inspired this show. Because this show wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that pushing Mike into acting. Mike called me up and said, let's go to a mixer. That's where we met James at.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, so your name is James. Okay.
Yeah.
My middle name is James.
What?
William James.
What's up, King? Man, yeah, man. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, man.
That's dope how we just all inspired.
That is true. Yeah, because it pushed that. Yeah, because I remember I was fed up with the job. I was like, I'm calling in. Because I was messing with him. Because Chris, you remember the other guy.
Yeah.
Chris, you remember the other guy. I'm not gonna mention his name on
Do I know the other guy?
No, you don't. You don't know the other guy. But like I said, he started to spark, but it didn't work out the way how I wanted it because he was more in tune with himself. But that's how James came along. Because I was like, you know what? There gotta be other people that's in the industry in Houston that's trying to make it. Then we met James, me and Chris, and here we are. O'Shea and all the other stuff that came with it.
Yeah.
It all works out.
I love to see that, man. Especially being men, you know what I'm saying? Like things now are changing for creators because before we used to be those oddballs, and we still are those oddballs, but now it's I remember saying this line in my song. I said, haters want to watch us fall while they watching with a long neck. So they looking, hoping for you to fall, but you know that you're gonna fall because that's part of the process. Right. But they don't even have the inspiration to even try to fall. So I'm okay with people watching. Keep watching me. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. But I realize too that the power is in a vulnerability. Being open with yourself, number one, and excuse my friends, but fuck everybody else who's scared to be. Because when I can tell you that I didn't have seizures, but I also can sit right here and tell you, man, I did 100 songs by myself. I didn't have one person to help me write one song. I didn't have one person mix and master one of my songs. I didn't have one person help me do my artwork for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just comes to the process, you know, to that place within your process that you like, dude, I'm an army within myself. I cannot open certain doors, but me and God got a thing going on. And when it's time, that door gonna be open.
Man, so, appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate you dropping them gems. Thank you for the inspiration. All that. Like the boys are dropping gems. I'm like, man, man, this guy is great, man. It's cool.
Man, I appreciate y'all. I really do.
Man, appreciate
you. Now, Maven, I can't let you go until I share a story. Okay?
All
right, cool. We got
What's the story?
Stories. Me and my dog.
Story time with Mike.
I had a story with Kibo. I had a story with Sherelle. Now it's story time. Me, the adventures of Will and Mike. We should make Okay, so I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. It's years ago. I'm a grown man now. I can't get in trouble. You remember we had got in trouble at school. We was in high school, right?
You better not be talking about Saturday class.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah. So it was I remember it like it was yesterday. Me and Will hatched this plan because we was just some hard heads in high school, right?
We got in trouble. We used to get in trouble for fighting each other.
Yeah, fighting each other.
Yeah. I just have to add that.
It was in either middle school or ninth grade. It was one of the two, but long story short. So we had Saturday class, and I remember Will was like, man, I can't, Maven, he said, I can't let my mom know about this, man. I'm gonna get my ass whooped. I said, I can't let my mama know about this shit neither. So we both hashed the plan, right? And it went perfect. So
and it worked too.
And it worked. So he said, all right, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna tell my mom that we have to go and audition for this play. And you go tell your mom that we got to go and audition for this play. So me, at the time, I was just an overthinker. I'm like, man, this shit ain't gonna work. But
intellectual.
Maven had the plan. He had the plan, and it was like a heist. You know, like Tony Stark and everybody's getting it together to say this how we're gonna take the Infinity Stones. And I'm the negative one. I'm like, this shit ain't gonna work, but I'm gonna go through it anyway. So I woke up. I said, Mama, that night. I said, Mom, I gotta go to the high school because me and Will have to audition for this play. And I remember Will was like, "Say, bro, I don't have a ride. So how I'm gonna get there?" So I said, so that's when you was like, "Well, tell your mom to come pick me up." I was like, "Damn, this shit definitely is not gonna work." so
it makes it more believable.
Exactly. So I was like, "Yeah, me and Will." And she was like, "Okay, well, where's his mom at?" I said, "Well, she have to work." And she was like, "Oh, okay, well then, I'll do it." So she came, she picked up Will, and she picked me up, and we went, and she said, "Call her whenever it was done." So we had D Hall or something, and it went on for about like
Saturday class.
Yeah, Saturday class. We was in trouble. So we went through it for like an hour or 2 hours or however long we had to be there.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a couple hours.
Then at the time we didn't have any cell phones, so you know we had to do and call. And so I called my mom. She picked us up, and she took us to McDonald's. She asked us. She said, "Did you get the part?" Will. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, we ain't get the part.
No, man, we didn't get it.
And I'm like to myself, I can't believe this is gonna work, but in the eyes of God, we're gonna pay for this shit. We gonna pay for this shit.
That shit worked. And like I told y'all, I was always the intellectual one to come up with some shit.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even remember that story until when he started to say like the beginning parts of it. I was like, damn, we did do that shit.
Yeah, we did. I remember I came home that Saturday and it would look like it was going to rain, and I went in my room and played on the game, and I'm like, I cannot believe.
Bro, they still, I don't even think still to this day they know.
They don't. They don't. If my sister watches, she follows the show. So if she watched this interview, then she'll know. Because she was in the passenger side, remember? She was right there with it. She's like, well, good luck when we got out of the car. Good luck, guys.
Yep, I remember that. Man, okay. One last thing, Mike. Do you remember the first time I seen Angela?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Funwood. It was in Funwood.
This is funny. This is absolutely hilarious.
He had a crush on my sister, and I was walking to the car, and at the time my sister was in high school and we was in elementary school.
Yeah, no, this is weird, real weird. I don't mean to cut you off, but we both had sisters 7 years apart.
Yeah.
Wow.
Single parent, no father.
No father. Yep.
Same household is the same.
Yep. Same dynamic. So I just had to pull that in so y'all can see how ironic that is.
Yeah, it is. And he liked my sister. And I remember I told my sister, no, we went to a Rice game because I was in the band.
There you go.
I was in the band and he was playing on the football team. And I remember he looked back at me like it was a movie. I like your sister. What?
Like
he said, I like your sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know you're gonna watch this. I'm sorry. But yeah. I'll tell you how.
That's funny. Will and Mike. And my mama till this, I remember, bro, she was like, oh, William is so sweet that night. I'm like, mama, you just don't know.
I am. I'm a sweet person, but when it came down between an ass whooping or a lie, it was at that time. Man.
You know what? Y'all should just take them some McDonald's just because whatever they like. Just because.
That is hilarious.
I'm gonna go to my mama's house today and I'm gonna be like, Mama, you remember that Saturday class? Remember, we really had Saturday class.
Don't you do that?
Was in trouble.
Don't. Yeah, you got to take it wrong.
She probably gonna say, I knew it. I knew
something was wrong with y'all.
No, you didn't.
She ain't gonna admit it.
Oh my gosh, man.
Before we let you go, definitely want you to drop your social media where people can follow you. They can hear your music at. Let us know.
All right, so the name is Maven Gray, MavenGray. You can Google me. That's on everything. iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, every major platform my music is on. My Instagram is Maven Gray the same. People don't really be on Facebook like this. I ain't even say Facebook. But it's on Facebook, it's Maven Vesper Gray, which is my old artist name. But yeah, y'all check me out, man. 100 songs in. I got a catalog. So if you love one song, I guarantee you there's gonna be more that you're gonna love. So give me a chance, man.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate you again, King. Many blessings to you.
Y'all too.
Keep doing what you do, bro.
I will. And y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. Y'all inspiring, man.
Man.
And next time y'all do some acting or something, man, y'all let me know. I'll come through. I want to check y'all out too.
Okay.
We'll do. Before we let you go, you dropped the video with us here today, so we want you to introduce it. The Too Hard with the Flex, featuring Lil Bug, fellow Umbler.
Fellow Umble. He from Umble too.
Love the song, man. It was just one of those vibes, man. Just being too hard with the flex, man. You got to flex on them. But don't, be prideful, be you, love yourself, put you first, self-preservation. Too hard with the flex. Here we go.
Stand on their necks as I'm counting these chicks. Yeah, a nigga got dicks. I'm too hard with the flex. I'ma stand on their necks as I'm counting these chicks. hoes and got my cash